Good Sunday morning. Now, before I unload the truck and show y'all some goodies I picked up there, we had that hard rain before I left. Let's take a look at the garden. The weeds are back already. That's the onion seeds. Onions coming up. How about that? Pretty cool. Peppers look good. Green onions are starting to sprout right on out. I did manage to get the mulch in before we left around the tomatoes. Baskets are up. Rubber snakes. I heard that's supposed to keep the birds away. I got them a couple years ago. We'll see. Tomatoes are looking good. Very good. Mulch this pepper bed. Looks good. The squash, I'm not going to put any mulch in here until the plants get bigger. Looking good. That rain really helped out. Still no greens. None of those seeds came up. Well, maybe one or two here and there, but that ain't going to work. So I got to plant something else in here. I've got some cabbages and all kind of other seeds. We'll just figure out something else to put there. Might even put a few hills of green beans in there. That might be a thing. Same with the carrots. Nothing. Cucumbers are just a few hills came up, not many. I have some more seeds so I can replant in spots. These green onions here looking good. That's some of the onion seeds right there. They're not real solid. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll see how everything does. Was expecting more rain at the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, I think they said. So that gives me this week to do some shop work and do some garden work, do some yard work. And my little buddy, the gopher moles are back. These things are aggravating. They burrow and just make a mess. And, I sit on the porch and pick them off with 22 if I see them. Potatoes are looking sad. Weeds are in there. I never did hoe them back. We'll do something with them. Alright, let's go get this truck unloaded. I'll show you some of my goodies. Alright, let's take a look at some of these goodies. Now, up at my good buddy John Savage's place, we did some horse trading. I took him some things and I traded for some very nice bandsaw material, bandsaw blades. I believe he told me these are from North Carolina. I think I've got a piece similar to this that my buddy Tony Redneck Pepper sent me a long time back. I still got some of that. I think that is older than this, because I think these teeth here is what runs on a gear on the machine to run it, and this does the cutting. And these are carbide tipped. Excellent material. Got 3 pieces of that, and that's just cool. Let's see, the regular dude J0 gave me a set of these rig wraps. Y'all, if y'all ever seen his channel, Regular Dude Fishing channel, which I'm sure y'all have, he shows you how to use these. These are for trolling. They use these for trolling catfish. I've never seen anybody fish like that here, but you put this here and you put a leader on the back with your bait, and that attracts. So I'll see about that. I'm sure there's videos on how to use those. Also, the Regular Dude J0 upgraded the trolling motor on his boat way back last year. And I was supposed to go up there and pick this one up. Now this is a fine trolling motor right here, folks. This is a Minn Kota Edge 45-pound thrust. Almost new condition. Foot control, which is what I need on the bass boat. Very nice motor. Very, very, very nice. And this harness here, I think, goes in there somehow or another. I think it's got something, because I'm going to mount the transducer to my new fish finder that we seen way back last year on the front. And I'll have that one on the front, and I'll have my old Humminbird. I'll put it stationary. It'll be in the back. Very cool. Thank you, regular dude. Thank you very much. Now, this thing here, talk about something nice. Now, this goes on the boat. Would you look at that? That is a cutting board for bait. You mount it wherever you want. Mount it on the boat, and I probably mount it where you can take it off and on easily. Cut your bait cutting board. That way you don't keep it. It don't get all over the boat so bad. And I've always cut bait on top of the cooler, which always makes a mess. And you sure don't want to cut bait on your carpet and all that. Now this came from Monster Rod Holders. Steve Douglas, the catfish dude, came from his shop. Thank you, Steve, very much. I will demonstrate how that works as we go along with the boat build. That is very, very cool. Thank you very much. Let's see, that is my goodies. And I'm going to put this in the gear room for right now. Put this under lock and key. Now I've got the rest of the stuff we toted with us up there. I'm going to clean out the truck right quick. The reason I carry tools, oil, grease, jack, jumper cables, 4-way lug wrench. I carry tools in case I run into a Ford broke down on the side of the road. Maybe I can stop and help. No. The old truck did very, very, very well. No hiccups, no problems. I checked the oil in it this morning after the long trip. Still full. Everything looks good. Thank you. Thank you, old truck. Alright, let me get all this unloaded, and I'm either going to work in the yard or work in the shop. We'll see. It's starting to get hot already. Alright, y'all. 9 hours in one day is enough. Time to go in. I have a roughed out camp knife. Steve, I bet you thought I forgot about you, didn't you? I've got the handle reground on yours. Reaper, my buddy Reaper, I got your handle reground and refinished, and those will be coming out to you tomorrow. Let's see what else I got done. I've got the rough sanding done on the butcher block. A lot more sanding to go, but it will be ready in a day or two. Because this one has to be absolutely perfect before I put the oil on there for the stain. Which is close. Got it rough sanded, and I'll finish it up hopefully tomorrow. Alright,
It's getting real close to turning on the air conditioner in the shop time. It is 80. Here, let's look at it. About 82, something like that inside the shop, which is pretty warm with 100% humidity. So that's the work for today. Like I said, I'm going in, put on my short-legged pants, and I will see you all in a couple of days. I thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And I'll see you in a day or two. Alright, y'all, it is Wednesday. I'll explain a little bit why I'm so far behind. Monday, I was supposed to go to the doctor. And before I go to the doctor, every single time, no matter where it's at, VA, regular hospital, whatever, I call and confirm my appointment. My appointment on last Monday was to go over my results for my echocardiogram that I have once a year now. The echocardiogram was not this past Monday, but the Monday before. They changed the appointment, did not notify me, so there was no point in going. So I lollygagged around here and half a day, because it was a midday appointment, which I absolutely hate. I like my appointments to be as early in the the day that I can get them, so I can get done with it and get back home. So we had to reschedule. It's not really anybody's fault. I've been dealing with this hospital, the same one, for almost 15 years now, since my first heart attack, and have never had a snafu like this. So I'm not complaining. I mean, things happen, I understand. So now I've got to go Thursday, tomorrow. I've got to go do my echocardiogram, and then the next Tuesday or Wednesday, I think, I've got to go meet with the doctor to get the results. The next week I have to go back to the VA, do my blood work, which only takes less than an hour most of the time. And the next week I have to go see my regular doctor at the VA. So I'm doctor. But once this is over with, it's all routine stuff, no big deal. Once all this is over, I'll be free from doctors for another year. Or 6 months anyway. Unless something happens, which I hope not. I don't want to go through last year again, so everything seems to be okay. So today, I worked all day yesterday and today, and this morning I'm sanding on the butcher block for a fella here, and wouldn't you know it, my Harbor Freight random orbit sander broke. Now I paid, I think it was $15 on sale several years ago, before we even had a Harbor Freight in our town. I went over to Pensacola and got that one. So that's going in the trash. I'm going to keep on sanding on it. I got to cut some paper, but I have my Makita finish sander that I've had this thing for well over 10 years. I have this one and the belt sander in Makita, and I got these at there's a store over in where's that place at Gulf Shores, Alabama. There's a store where they sell remanufactured Makita stuff, and since I bought that sander, I have not had a problem with it. It's just a little bit slower than this one, but that's what I got. That's what I'm going to use. The belt sander is the same thing. This is what I've used to square everything on it. We'll look at it in just a minute. Now, one thing I'm working on. Y'all see the movie, The Book of Eli? I just rewatched it last week. because I forgot that I even saw it. Now, a gentleman that wants a knife of Eli. Now this is my version. There's several different versions. Now he's actually going to use this in the swamps for cutting and this and that and the other. So this is my version of it. It's just about done. It's in a rough stage still right now. I've got to do the heat treating on it, which will be tricky, but I can do it. No big deal. Working on that one. Inside the tempering oven is a camp knife, and that goes with the butcher block. Steve, I'm sorry it's took me so long, but y'all remember this one? The handles were too big to suit him, so I got him to send it back to me, and I've got it ground down. I think that's what you want. Also, the Reaper, to my buddy Justin Reaper, same thing. Handles was too big. I've took a good bit of material off of there, resealed it, and I think that will do what you want. Now if it don't on either one of these, let me know and we'll do it again. 100% satisfaction, that's my motto. Now let's go over here and look at the butcher block. Now this fits over a sink, and those marks there is when that sander went out, so I gotta redo that. This is the bottom side. Now this is mahogany wrapped in hard rock maple. Keyword being hard. Hard material, let me tell you. Now this is going to take probably the next couple of days sanding. Like I said, this is the bottom part. The bottom part I'm going to seal in polyurethane, because it's going to go over the sink for the most part, and that'll keep the moisture out. Top side is going to be mineral oil seal. The mineral oil is food grade, food safe. That way you can lay whatever you want to on there, and it's going to take several coats. I hope to have this done by the weekend. Now there's no shipping involved in this one. This is a fellow that lives not far from here, and that will be done shortly, I hope. And what else have I got to do? Tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow I got to go back over to the doctor. I did get a 7 o'clock appointment, 7 in the morning, so I'm going to throw some fishing poles in the boat after we get done there, since we're all the way over there anyway. If it's not raining, it's supposed to rain. But me and Mama's going to run by the pier, by the bay pier, see if we can't catch some supper, and then stop back by the Big Blue store because I need a couple of supplies. And then I'll get back to work on this. And what else have I got to do? What do I not have to do? My goodness. Once I get caught up on these last few projects here, unless I get another big order or two, I'm going to get back on the boat project. Like you've seen, I got a few new goodies for it. Very good. And that's going to be a priority for the next couple of weeks. The old boat will still go in the water and go fishing, which I may use it a couple more times before the new one's finished, but I've got to get back on that. I've been working on that thing for over a year now, and that's too long. So I've got to drag everything out and get that going, and I think y'all will enjoy that once I get started on it again. So with all that said, I'm going to go for now. I'm going to do some more sanding on this. I've got to cut some paper for my finish sander. And I thank y'all for watching. I thank you for your support. You all don't realize how much I appreciate you. New subscribers, we've got several in the last week or so. Thank y'all very much. And I will see y'all in a couple days. Maybe a little bit of fishing tomorrow, as long as it don't rain on us. Bye.